Hello, and welcome to our group video project, The 8 Principal Nations of World War II. In this presentation, we will outline the conditions of the 8 major belligerent nations in the years leading up to the war, including their military and economic preparedness, how international alliances developed, and specific events that led them to direct involvement in World War II. So, let's start with Germany. In the 1920s, Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party was a fringe movement that had trouble garnering serious momentum in Germany. By January of 1933, Hitler was able to consolidate enough power that he was named Chancellor, and by March of that year, the Enabling Act would make him the dictator of Nazi Germany. As a direct result of the Treaty of Versailles, Germany had lost portions of their country to no less than 5 different surrounding nations, as well as all of their colonial possessions. Hitler called for an expansionist policy, declaring the national need for Lebensraum, the living space he viewed as necessary for the growth of the new German Empire. Hitler also endeavored to, in his view, purify the German people. This began with the persecution of the Jews, upon whom Hitler had blamed Germany's defeat in World War I, and continued with the T4 program, the state-sponsored mass murder of citizens with mental and physical disabilities. This image is a propaganda poster from 1936, stressing the burden that the disabled placed on German society. With the expansion of Germany as a principal goal, Hitler would invest in his military at a pace that would put the German economy in danger. The expense of his military buildup made greater access to resources imperative. This meant a series of wars to capture territory that contained both the materials and the manpower needed for greater production. In 1938, Germany occupied parts of, then all of, Czechoslovakia. A year later, the Wehrmacht tore through Poland, and the world would soon be at war again. At the end of the brutal First World War, France had emerged victorious. Together, France and Great Britain dictated the harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles. As a result, France was able to gain a significant amount of territory around the world, including the Alsace-Lorraine region to the east and colonies in Africa, the Middle East, and the Far East. Having previously been invaded twice by Germany in 1870 and 1914, France was well aware that another ground invasion by Germany was likely. Because of this, France made sure they maintained significant ground forces and modernized their weaponry as innovations occurred. However, their tactics, which focused on the massing of power by combining heavy artillery and ground forces, would soon prove outdated. France was also aware that it needed strong alliances to help balance out the threat of a German invasion. Knowing that the Soviet Union could provide little assistance in the event of a German attack, and watching the rise of fascism in Italy, France nurtured their relationship with Great Britain as their closest and most trusted ally. When Hitler invaded Poland in 1939, the British and French declared war on Germany. Just 8 months later, in May of 1940, all of France's careful preparations would be for naught. Hitler's Wehrmacht would execute a rapid and well-planned attack that would see France surrender after only 6 weeks of fighting.